Lisa, Launch Your Income. Come on in. We're going to talk all things going live. I appreciate you all joining the live. We're going to get started in just a few minutes. Appreciate you coming in. Let me know if you have any specific questions. Your girl has been a little busy. I've been trying to catch up on some stuff. So I appreciate you all being here. We're going to get to talking and chatting in just a little bit. I was going to set up my screens, get everything going. And then let me know if you have questions as well. So I appreciate you all coming in. We're going to get to talking and chatting, but I want to make sure I answer any questions as well. So we can get started. My moderator, yes, Michelle Crochet, she may join us, possibly. And you definitely want to subscribe to her channel. If you get a chance to go to her channel, yes, Michelle Crochets. All right, friends, we're going to get started. Thank you so much. I appreciate you all coming in. We're going to get started in just a few minutes. We'll get started in just a few minutes. And make my other phone get going. I am getting started. I was trying to think of the title that I wanted to put in. That's what you just saw. You're like, what am I trying to put in? So I'm starting, trying to get it started. So for TikTok, I usually try to have it mirror YouTube, just so that you guys know. But the YouTube channel is a lot more characters. So I was like, what can I put? Let's see. I have to change my wording around a little bit. Thank you all for joining. I know YouTube will send my friends in the room. And we'll get to chatting and talking. So I appreciate you joining the live. We'll get to talking. I usually give it a few minutes before I start on the other, before I start on TikTok, because I want to be able to answer questions. Thank you all for the likes. I appreciate the support. Let me know where you're from. We're going to get to chatting and talking. So if you are here, go ahead and put your name in the chat. Appreciate you all coming in. We're going to get to talking and chatting. I'm going to stay on for maybe an hour. I say this all the time, y'all, because I got stuff to do, but I end up staying 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. So not 4 hours, not on average. I usually on average stay 2 to 2.5 hours. But I can't do that because I'm like trying to be efficient. How you doing, AKS? How are you, friend? Come on in. Hello, my friends. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you for liking the live. If you have not done so already, go ahead and like the live. Make sure you comment. And then if you have not done so, click that subscriber button, okay? So that subscriber button locks us in so we can stay connected with one another. I'm fine, and you? I am fine. Thank you so much. Yeah, this has been a good day. I've gotten some positive news in terms of creating the agency on the TikTok streets, not the YouTube streets, the TikTok streets. So I'm going to be doing that. So I'm excited about what's to come. You say, yeah, I do that. So thank you all for being here. I appreciate all the likes, the comments, and the support. Let me know if you have questions. You said, where am I from? I'm from Orlando, Florida, by way of Chicago. By way of Chicago, Illinois. I gotta rep the city of Chicago. So yes. So yeah, I'm originally from Chicago, and then now I live in Florida. So where are you from, friend? Tell me where you're from as well. And then my other friends who are here, put in the chat, say hello, let's get to talking. You guys know I talk about going live. I make sure we are building community here. And then obviously, as you know, I go live very actively on India. Okay, awesome. I go live on TikTok. So I'm about to co-stream. I'll have the screen pulled up. We're going to get to laughing and joking and talking over there as well. And so I use that as another way for us to connect. And this becomes a playlist. This is a saved recording, this live stream I do here. And because of that, I'm able to then have people go back and look at some of the stuff that I'm talking about. And so I just published a lot of lives that I had not done in the last couple weeks. And so I published those. I'm actually working to get support so that I can make them a little bit more dynamic, whether it's shorts, some lives that are put into long form, as well as timelines, those timestamps, and making sure that I have thumbnails and stuff. So trying to amplify this content. So I appreciate you, friend. Thank you so much for being here. I am not alone because I got all y'all here. Are you alone, friend? I got all my people in the room. So if you are joining the live, thank you so much for being here. I am Dr. Lisa, Launch Your Income. Appreciate you joining my live, and I'm going to ask that you click like so that YouTube knows that you're in the room. And so I'm going to ask you also to subscribe so that you can come back and look at my recordings, connect with me, click the bell in your profile, and then finally I'm going to request that you comment. So like my friend AKS, they are commenting. So please comment as well. I want to make sure that I am supporting you in your questions. So a couple housekeeping things. We are a professional channel. This is a professional channel, so I try to stay on topic, where we're talking about going live, we're talking about alleviating fears and nervousness, shyness, introvertedness. I want you to feel confident that you can come live and connect with your audience. Somebody else asked me in the morning live, it's like, what's your motive? I was like, motive sounds so sinister. Like, why am I doing this? What's your motive? And I was like, you know what? At the end of the day, it's about making sure you convey your brand. And so if you understand digital marketing, this is what we're doing here. If you understand the components of digital marketing, a lot of it is making sure you're branding yourself, as well as making sure you are communicating the features and benefits of your products, services, all the things that you do, adding value as you talk to your target audience. So if you're doing that, then people are going to stop. They're going to want to get to know, like, and trust you. And then ultimately, they're going to want to make sure that they're getting the solution that you have available. So whether that's a physical product or a digital product or your consultations or whatever you offer, they're going to say, okay, you know what, that person, they get me. They understand. I see that they have value. They have information that I need to get from them. And so that's ultimately why you're here. And whether you're live streaming, then that's what this is, or if you are doing content creation, ultimately that's what you should be trying to do in your content. Your content is saying, I'm trying to get you to understand what I have that's valuable to you, because I understand my audience. I know the demographic, I know the psychographic, and I know the pain points, so that whatever I have is going to be a solution for what they're looking for what they need. And I'm talking to them so they resonate, they understand what I have to offer, because I get my audience. So that's the overarching mission here. And if you're missing that and you're not doing that and you don't know how to do that, then you're in the right room. I will say that you are in the right room, because that's what I talk about. That's what I teach. And then I sprinkle some other stuff in there. I talk about TikTok. I talk about, because I'm about to go live over there, but I talk about that. I talk about engagement. I talk about making sure you are supporting your audience, you're building community. Because if you're going to be in this space, it's really about how do you build a community that's going to support you back. That's it. That's it. And then you try to get new people to understand the value that you offer. And then you try to get your returners to continue to return. Okay, so that's the goal. And if that's not what you're doing, again, you're in the right room, because you want to make sure you're following through on the premise that how do you brand yourself, how do you add value, and essentially how do you know your audience so you can create the right solution for them. So that's ultimately what you're doing. Let me know if you have any questions. I love to answer questions. I don't want you to feel lost or confused. I also brand myself as the person for beginners, because you don't know what you don't know. And oftentimes people who have grown in their journey, they become more further removed from the beginner stage. And so I try to make sure I am staying close enough to support beginners. I still consider myself a beginner in this process. So just staying close enough with beginners so that they feel like they can come to me, ask me questions, and get those direct answers, as opposed to, a lot of fluff. So that's my goal. Thank you all for being here. We're going to get to chatting and talking. I appreciate you joining. I'm talking on the YT. Hello, friends. It is Dr. Lisa. Launch Your Income. Come on in. I appreciate you all being here. We're going to get to talking and chatting. This is what it's all about. Making sure I am supporting you all. I'm going to set up my other phone. I just realized I hadn't done it. So thank you so much for being here. If you have any questions, come on in. We're going to get to talking. I know you are all new as well. Let me put myself in my story. I just added me to the story. How you doing, Soulful Bobs? Hey, friend, how are you? Come on in. I know some of you are coming and going, but let me know if you have questions. We will get started in a second. Feel free to come on in and ask questions as well. And then my friends on the YT, the YouTube, feel free to ask questions over there too. How you doing, Jacqueline? Jacqueline, thank you so much. I am back. Rock and roll mama. Hello, hello. How are you, friend? We are getting to chatting and talking in a second. I am setting up my other phone so I can make sure it is also supporting the engagement in the room. Let me know if you have any questions too. Like I said, I try to make sure I answer questions. I try to make sure that I am supporting you all. Tell me if you're new to my room. Say new to the chat. Say hello, hello. How are you? And if you are a returner, where have you been? D. Rob, how are you, friend? Thank you so much for coming on into the live. How's everything going? Appreciate your friend coming on in. And then my other friends who are joining the live, feel free to say hello. And if you have not been here in a while, let me know what's going on. Are you going live? Let me know if you've clicked the go live button. And if you haven't, tell me that too. Say, Dr. Lisa, have not done it. It's been a hard process. I'm still nervous. I'm still afraid. I don't want to do it. It seems like it's not me. Thank you so much for those daily heart meetings. Appreciate your friend. How you doing, Kayla? I get it. So let me know if that's your story. And I want you to know that you're in the right room. You're going to get encouragement. You're going to get support. And we're going to talk about how to build your community. So we'll talk about that. We'll talk about some mechanics too. The live earlier today, we sat in a space because I had a couple of new people in the room. We sat in a space where we really talked about all the stuff here, how to properly engage. Look at your friend. Thank you for the popular votes. How to properly engage, and then ultimately how do you understand the etiquette in the room, so that this one of the people who were in the room, she was going to go to another live host room, and what I shared in that room, I said, okay, you need to understand the etiquette because I'm a room for new people. So if you understand the etiquette, you should be able to navigate pretty well in that space, because a lot of it is about engagement. As you go to certain rooms, live hosts are talking, they're engaging, they're connecting with the audience, and they're saying things like, okay, you know what, guys, before we move on, let's see if we can get to 10K likes, And so I walk through what is likes, what does that mean? How do you like a live? If you're not liking a live, if you're not tapping your screen, then essentially you're not telling TikTok that you're enjoying what you're hearing and experiencing. So if you're not doing that, it almost is counterintuitive for you to stay in the room, because it's like, okay, you're not engaging. And TikTok pays attention even to that level of engagement. So I pointed to, so this is for my new people in the room, I pointed to the 7. As people are coming into the room, you see a question mark. It tells you your likes. 3 points. You get 3 points for every 10 minutes of liking. Your comments, you get 3 points for every 10 minutes of commenting. Your gifting, as you get a point for every coin you spend. So that's important. Thank you so much, friend. How you doing? Tashona, thank you so much. How is everything? Good afternoon, friend. Appreciate you. How you doing, Dee? I saw you sneak in, friend. Thank you so much, Kayla. Appreciate you, friend. D-Rob, thank you so much for the donuts, friend. You guys are awesome. So I just want you guys to know, like, everything you do from a viewer perspective matters towards engagement. Your engagement as well as the live room engagement. I don't make it seem like they're mutually exclusive. Like for a viewer perspective, you're doing it to support your engagement with connecting with other people, showing that you are a supporter, you're an engager, as well as you're helping to boost the live. So it is what it is. And some people try to circumvent that notion, but at the same time, that's what this is all about. And so when we talk about fan club, you know, at the end of the day, we're a team. You know, long gone is the notion that you can do stuff on your own. There's a an author who just wrote a book. Her name is escaping me, but essentially she was debunking the notion that somebody's self-made. It's no way you're self-made. There's no way you can be self-made. Your presence, your success is predicated on other people pouring into you, other people connecting and helping you grow, other people supporting you. So at the end of the day, you got to show up in a way that you understand that this is all about community. Okay. Hello, how you doing, Daddy? Appreciate your friend. Luna, I think you snuck in on me too. How you doing, friend? Come on in. I appreciate you all. I was in here preaching for a second. I went down a path about self-made. I'm sorry, y'all. He said, good afternoon. I was preaching about community because that's what this is about. He said, I'm here. So my mom went there and I was like, you know what? I have to say this because I think it's important. We need to understand that there's no fan. There's about us doing what's important to build each other up and supporting each other. And so that's exactly what we're doing. Thank you all. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Natty, yes, thank you for a comp. I think some of you guys saw my post, so I was trying to do a trends. You said so true. It is. It is. I'm so excited for you. You are going to be in the best team. I'm going to say that again. You said we are going to be the best team for you, friend. We're going to be the best team for each other. We're going to do this thing. We're going to take it to the next level, y'all. That's what this is all about. Sometimes I just want to listen and not tap. I have to remind myself that this isn't a podcast. That's true. It is not a podcast. That's true. But you know that is true. That is very true. And my room, I have to say this. My room is probably a little bit different in the sense that I try to do the teaching too. I try to infuse that because that's what this is all about. I can't feel like, oh, I need for you guys to tap and share or do all that stuff, and that's all I'm talking about. I want to make it so that you guys are learning too. Yes, the community here is everything. It is. It is absolutely everything. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. So yeah, this is not a podcast. It is not, but it could be. It could be, but it's not. It's not. We are here. We are here all because we are trying to learn and grow. But hopefully, and that's what I shared earlier today. Hopefully, the things I share here are in turn things that you can share with your audience in terms of how they can engage. Right, it could be. It could be. I know. I know. It's things that you can share with your audience because I want to make sure you guys are leveling up and understanding just the notion of having your own live stream. Like, how do you make sure you're building and growing with your audience and essentially helping them to advance as well. And so that's what this is all about. You said, I'm here. How you doing, E-Nurse? I saw you come in as well, friend. Thank you for the likes. Hey, Linus, I'm sorry, Vibe Wellness Woman. Let me know if you have any questions, friend, because I know last time you came in, you was like, Dr. Lisa, what the heck is this violation? I ended up getting a violation. So you know what, TikTok be TikToking sometimes. Whew, TikTok be TikToking, but that's okay. We gonna go with it. We gonna lean into it, y'all. We gonna lean into it. That's the whole thing as I go into this next chapter. You said Linus is fine for you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, friend. Hello, Gina. How are you, friend? And so I appreciate the support. And so as we go into this next chapter of TikTok, we're gonna figure out. I'm gonna learn all the back end nooks and crannies. I'm pulling back the veil for y'all. We're gonna chat. We're gonna talk. We may not be able to talk here, but we gonna talk. We're gonna be on the ZOOM. That's where we're gonna be, so we can be a little bit unfiltered. Okay. He said, hey everyone, I'm back. My question is, how can I share my live to my subscribers? How can you share your live? How can I share my live to my subscribers? Let me understand okay, wait, let's back up some. Sharing your live only to your subscribers is what you want to do. Is that what you're saying? You would have to do a subscriber only live. You would have to turn on a subscriber only live to share it to your subscribers. think that's where you could do it. If you did a post, you can make a post only to your subscriber too. When you're in the live, let me know anybody else if you're thinking otherwise, if there's another way to do it. When you're actually in the live and you hit that arrow, it does not say subscribers. There's nothing that says subscribers there. So let me check something. Let me see the subscriber button up here. If I go to my subscribers, let's see. If I go to my subscriber list, no, there's nowhere to share it only with them. I don't think it can be done. I used another device. You used another device to share it with your subscribers. I'm new. How you doing, Trini? Trini Pisces, is that it? Let me know if that's right, friend. Trini Pisces, I got you, friend. I'm going to give you some homework. We're going to chat in 1 second. Let me go back and read a few comments, friend. I got you. How you doing, Moshi Black? Thank you so much. Yes. Good afternoon. Now I've heard something totally different about the music. I'm ready for the announcement. You said you're so funny. I'm ready for the announcement. Yes, it is. Thank you so much, friend. Right. I use another device. Okay, so let me go back to Vibe Wellness Woman. Vibe Wellness Woman, you heard something else about the music. I think what we've learned and deduced is that the music policy is not currently for the United States. So that's what you heard, that you can still do your music. I think we're all in agreement that it's not for the United States, although it may be in the future. But currently it is for the UK, the European region for TikTok. So that's where it launched at. And so be cautious though, and just careful. But currently it is not for the US. I think that's where I said, yes, I heard that. Yeah, I believe that's true. Yeah, so that's exactly that. That's what I finally heard. Yeah, so it's not for the US. Yeah. So I'm thankful it doesn't include the US. Yes, not currently. You know, the thinking is that it may fall into the US, but not currently. To be on the safe side, maybe I just create my music with AI. To be on the safe side, there's a couple different apps that people talked about that have the royalty free as well as the non-copyrighted copyright infringement music. There's third-party platforms, third-party providers. One is called Upbeat, and the other one is called Epidemic Sound. Those are two. And then I think somebody said if you do Spotify, you could probably search there for non-copyrighted music. They assume that there's some music that way. Somebody said inside TikTok has a music library for content. I don't know if it's for the live. I do believe it's just on the content side. And so those two platforms, Upbeat and Epidemic Sound, could be used, and they're royalty-free, non-copyrighted music that they have available. So I would say use those just to start and just see, oh yes, Upbeat, and also Pexby. Is that it, Pexby? I don't know if I said that right. But yeah, so try to find those platforms, those type of platforms. And I would say, you know, it's not a bad idea. I mean, it depends on how you're going to do your live stream and how often you're going to have music playing. I don't think it's a bad idea to start using those type of resources just so that you can get the hang of it when the change happens. And the change is inevitable. I'm just in terms of why it's happening, obviously for artist rights and just safeguards that TikTok want to have for its own company and not infringing. I think it was Nika, she was in a room and she said that some of the other platforms had lawsuits that they were trying to navigate at this point. So just knowing that this is kind of the future, and a lot of these platforms people have been using the music and not paying royalties and stuff. And so just recognize that, you know, it's also for the artists for themselves. So I would say if you could pivot, that's the word I was trying to say, pivot to one of those other platforms, I would start using those. That would be my recommendation. Hey, Shay Sprays, how are you, friends? Those are in the room. Trini Pisces, let me talk to you, friend. Come on in. Everybody else, if you are in the room, hello. And depending on how much music is involved in your content, I thought about getting a license yet. Well, you know, you could do the commercial sound within the app. There is some of that you can do, especially if you do TikTok Shop. You have to do the commercial sound. Yeah, I contacted ASCAP to get pricing. That's another company as well. You could, like I said, if you are, so what they promoted was that anyone who's a DJ, anyone who's a an artist that covers other people's songs, you need to come up with your own original songs, your own original music that you're playing and singing, or you need to get those licensures from the actual artist, whoever holds the license. So you need to do that, and so that is ideally what you want to do. You don't want to sit around and just get yourself in trouble. So you're right. It's interesting. There's a young man who is on TikTok. He's like really up there in the A League. He sings all the time. Beautiful, beautiful voice. He was actually on the television show America's Got Talent. I think he was on that show, and he's done well. It's actually, I think, the fall season, or the fall season that's about to come up. I think he's gonna be a part of it because he got a golden ticket. Don't ask me how I know all that. Anyway, he came up in my feed, and he was covering a song that he performed on the show, and he should win. His voice is beautiful. But I don't know if he's gonna be able to do this anymore if they change the policy, because that's what he does. He covers other people's songs here. So apparently that's his thing. And so there's a lot of people like that who cover other people's, especially the singers, the DJs and stuff. They cover other people's music. So they're gonna have to really figure this out sooner than later, because those rooms are some of the more high performing rooms too. So what do the poor DJs do? See, I know they're gonna have to figure it out. They're gonna probably have to get their own license, the non-copyrighted, either do non-copyrighted music and royalty-free music, or get the license to perform other people's music and songs. So yeah. So that's the latest on that. Linus, let me know if that was helpful, friend. But you know, I went to Live Legion's meeting on Friday. She did the Q&A, and she more or less was saying that there was conflicting information out there too. And she said, just be careful. Don't, just think about your approach on it. And so it's going to be up to your discretion. You don't want to get your account violated or taken away, but it doesn't seem as if that is a hard, fast rule. Thank you. You're welcome, friend. Okay, no, Trinity Pisces, let me stay with you. So let me say this. Let me go to you, friend. I said that because I saw that your followers, so you are 88 new followers, and you have no bio. Now, let me ask a question of you. Is your account private? So I'm going to talk about, if it is a private account, then we're going to talk about privacy and what does that mean? And then we're going to talk about a bio. So we'll put that in the chat for me real quick so I know what's your current status. Is a public account, it's not private, you just hadn't gotten around to the bio. So we're going to talk about the bio if you like, no, it's not private. How you doing, Coach Rhonda? So does your agency really start in August? Oh, you saw my post. D-Rob, you saw the post, huh? You said, okay, August. It will be. I think it's public. Okay, awesome. It will be. Oh, wow, what? So let me give context and backstory. And Trini Pisces, don't leave yet. Stay with me, friend. Okay, so backstory. And so many of you knew this. I submitted an application. I missed that too. Did you miss it? Yep, it was on my FI. Oh, was it? I love that. You're holding updates. You're holding updates. Let's go. There we go, friend. So I submitted an application back in June. Okay, so let me say that first. I submitted an application back in June, and didn't hear anything, and so I ended up starting to stalk. What I think happened, I haven't gotten confirmation on this, but what I think happened is that the lead people who do the Creator Network program, they had a conference. It was actually a conference that happened at the end of June, or towards the end of June, and I think it got lost in the ether, the internet. It got lost, or they were just behind. I know it was a backlog. So I know it was a backlog. Mine just hadn't gotten a response. So I end up just keep going to webinars. Every week they have these webinars. So I just kept signing up, because I get the notifications. So I was like, I'm gonna keep signing up. And then when I go, I'm gonna be in y'all chat saying, hey. And so that's what I had done for like, I think 3 weeks actually. I kept going to the meetings. And so, oh no, I thought it wasn't happening. Okay, need inspire yourself. What is that for the other one? Just did not. Oh wait a minute, wait a minute. I'm it's saying too much. Need to. What are you gonna say? Unsign myself from the other one. Just did it. Oh, okay, okay. Let's talk offline. So I know what just happened. I think I know what happened, but let me know. I get confirmation from you. We can talk. I'll message you on the IG. You said okay, gotcha. Okay, hey Doc, how you doing? TikTok Taryn. Okay, so thank you all who are in the room. I see you. How you doing, Wendy? Appreciate your friend. Thank you all, people. Appreciate you all. Okay, thanks. Yeah. So long story short, I end up submitting the application, stalked them in the chat, and so they finally responded and put me into this other platform of people who are applicants. So I'm an applicant. So I was an applicant as of today. I've changed over to the contract side, and so what happened, just so that you guys know, is that with the application phase, they've created. Hello, how you doing, Holly Q? Hello, friend. Hello, Nika Grace. How y'all doing? Coming up in the room. Thank you so much. Nika Grace, you got a message. I didn't get a chance to get to your response because I think it auto responded. Anything you need, I got you. So let me know if you got a question. I got you for that. So let me know. Yeah, I'll message you back because I think you got my auto reply. So I'm gonna respond fully. Wow, that it did. TikTok. so what happened was that we're all kind of commiserating in this chat, and they rolled out some. I think what I learned. It's all good. I didn't mean to click. Okay, good. To be an agent, right? Yeah, agency, right? Yeah. So it took a longer process than it should have. I think what I understood to have happened is that they rolled out a new process. So when they, like I said, they had that conference in June. Then the 4th of July holiday happened. And then I think once they came back, they rolled out a new process. So this group that I was in this other separate chat with were more or less maybe the guinea pigs. We were the people who are kind of new for them to do this new process. And so we got a little extra paperwork and things that we had to do. So I think that's what happened. And then I think they're realizing that they're gonna have to update their policies and procedures and kind of the instructions. Maybe that's it, the instructions that they have for people to complete. Because there's a disconnect with what they're asking you to do and what they've communicated in their instructions. So with that, hello, how you doing, Mr. Arlene? Appreciate your friend. Thank you so much for being here. So with that, got a notification this morning to move forward through the process. So they accepted my application. I'm in the contract phase. There's some training that I'm gonna have to participate in. So I'm now in this next phase. So I'm probably in the training phase. I'll be in the training phase. I'm not sure how long. So once they pair me with my point of contact, I'll know a little bit more about how long before I can start inviting people to the agency. So there's, and some of you know already with the agency process, you got to get, you might have an agency kind of tap you and say, hey, you want to be with my agency, and ask all the questions and stuff, and you do your research. And then they have to, in turn, accept you or invite you into the agency. And then TikTok actually has to do some due diligence on you to make sure you're eligible, just so that you know. So that's the training I have to go through. You're not instantly accepted by even if their agency wants you, TikTok has to accept you into it. So that's something to kind of keep in mind too. You said I'm in line. You are in line, friend. You are definitely in line. So I'm gonna keep you guys posted. If I find out, obviously I'll bring it here to you all first. So are you, I got accepted in the program. Now I have to do the training, but yeah, for the most part, I will see. They ain't told me no, but no, I think I'm gonna have to go through the training. So that's the phase I'm in now. You said I'm first. So I will keep you guys posted as I learn more about the process. So I do know there is a checks and balance, especially like, for example, if you already been with an agency, if you've already done it and maybe you stepped away, I think that becomes kind of a questionable type applicant. So there's some things in there depending on where you were at and what you were doing. I know TikTok Shop is different from the Creator Network program, so maybe that is a little bit different. So all that I need to kind of confirm. And then depending on which account you have, there's some nuances about primary account versus your backup accounts or side accounts. So there's some details that I'm already peeping in the information that's been shared. So I will keep you posted. And then there's also obviously agencies can see if somebody is ineligible to be invited because it will be grayed out. So I won't be able to extend an invite. So that's the type of stuff I can kind of go back and be like, oh, you are not eligible for me to invite. So there's things that I'll learn as I go through the training. I know I will become a great host with your agency. You will, dear friend. You will. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. We're gonna take it to the next level. We are definitely going to take it to the next level. There is no reason where we all can't be successful. So I'm excited about it. It is, I love having, I'm going to learn more, but the peek behind the curtain is going to be key to kind of say, okay, if you're going to do this, here is some of the things that TikTok says you should be doing. Like, that's important to know. So we can all be on the same page and we'll take it to the next level, y'all. We're going to take it to the next level. There is no reason why we can't be successful. A lot of it, obviously a lot of what's happening when it comes from a live host perspective, it's all about just being consistent. And I tell you that all the time. It's a lot of it is consistency, building your community, building your audience, sharing your message, and just being committed to the process, no matter what the process is. So, but you also need to know the insider perspective and the information that's out there. So that's going to be important. TikTok said my connection was bad. Okay, they just gave me the flash code. Oh, they gave me donuts. Okay, TikTok. Thank you for the donuts, I guess. Thanks, TikTok, for donuts. Appreciate you. Thank you all. Appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. TikTok could have gave me heart me's, y'all. It could have been heart me's. TikTok is being nice to me lately. We'll see. It'll change it up on me by tomorrow. But it's being nice. I said, I'll be nice to you today. Today I'm gonna be nice. I'll get you tomorrow. So yes, thank you so much, Luna. Thank you for that daily heart me. Okay, my friend Trini Pisces, are you still here? I think they may have had to leave. Let me know if you're still in the room. Now I can check in. You said now I can check in. You're officially here. TikTok is extra. So thank you so much, friends. Yes. So I'll keep you guys posted. I'm still trying to, obviously, I'm trying my best. During that time, I was kind of, from in between my two lives, I was trying to look at some of the resources that was in there and making sure I'm doing the next step process. So that's what I was doing. So I learned a little bit, not a whole lot. I learned a little bit, and I'm not paired with my representative yet. So that'll happen this week. And then I'll go through some training. And then at some point, probably in the next 5, I'm going to assume, without having true insight, I'm going to assume it's like a 5 to 10 day process before you can start really inviting people. So when you guys heard me say August, it really probably is going to be maybe the second week of August before I'll be able to start sending out invites. So I'm still probably very much in like a 2-week period before anything can actually be, activated fully. You said I'm so excited for you and all of us. We're going to do it. We're going to do well. I know we are. This is going to be awesome. So I will keep you guys posted. Again, I know as I learn more, I'll bring it to you guys. And maybe even try to manage expectations too. Because it's one of those things where, obviously I'm getting a peek behind the curtain. But I don't know, again, much about all the details of inviting people and kind of things you need to make sure you're aware of and stuff. And so I think many of you in the room, you said I'm so excited. I think many of you in the room are newer live hosts too. And so that's the piece of this too, because essentially that's kind of what they want. They want to cultivate newbies. They want to make sure you are learning and growing, and as you grow, you continue to advance and bring more people in, and people are supporting you a lot. How you doing, Mama P? so so if you are truly a newer live host, then that's going to be in your favor. When you stop being in the new phase, for the most part, then TikTok's like, okay, are they eligible? So I know that's a piece of it too. So I gave you guys the example, whereas I'm in this, they call it a cool down period. I call it a penalty, y'all. But they call it a cool down because I left one agency and then obviously I'm doing this venture. In that process, what I read and what I went to the webinars and heard as well is that it would be interesting if I looked myself up come whenever I get access, if I can look myself up, because I would say I probably wouldn't be eligible because I have gone live too long with the other agency and they probably wouldn't let me be eligible. I probably would fall into a special category of either being truly ineligible or being a special what do you call it, a special request, almost like that agency would have to be willing to ask permission to have me. So I say that as an example because there may be somebody in the room that falls in that gray area also. So just want to say that it just depends on how many diamonds you collected, how long you've been going live, what is your prior history, what an agency look like. So all that is things that are factors. But if you are not that person and you've never been with an agency, you are still kind of growing in your levels and stuff, then you should be fine. I'm at a higher level here than you said I'm at a higher level here than in my own level. What you mean? Bob Bonus, did you end up creating 2 accounts? I can't remember if you used this account for your shop page. Did you end up having a separate shop page? I can't remember if you were one of the people who created a separate account and this is your primary. Let me know if that was the case, friend. And that's a factor too. So I just want to say that out loud, like having 2 accounts. From what I don't know all the specifics, but from what I'm gathering, 2 accounts, you can do it, but there's like, in this situation you can, in this situation it's not okay. So it just depends on what you did and how far along. So for example, I'll give the example of myself. I have two accounts, technically 3, but I have 2 accounts. This account is treated as my primary, even though the other account came first. This account is treated as my primary because I went with an agency first with this account. And again, I was asking you, I was talking to you. Did you have a separate account for your shop? Or did you have is this your only account? You have 2. You have 2 accounts, don't you? This was your shop account? Let me ask you. No, all in one. So you have 1 account and everything was done on this account. Shop was done on this account. Okay, I think that's what you're saying. This was your shop account, so you only have the 1 account. All right, so we'll talk. Because I'm still learning, but I think you might be okay because shop is different. Yes, I do both here. Okay. So I think shop is different. So that may be the thing about your account. So it's not the Creator Network program. So you should be okay if you wanted to go to another agency. But we'll talk offline because I want to make sure I support you. But yeah, so with that, I was about to use myself as an example because I had left the other agency. Again, I'm with an agency on the other account, and this account would potentially, in the example I was given, this account potentially would not be eligible because it had that prior agency experience. And I was, again, they would probably have to look at my account and see if I am in fact eligible to go to somebody else, even when I come off the cooling down period. So I say that out loud because those are the nuances that I'm gonna have to start paying attention to. But I will keep you guys posted as I learn more. I think I'm like in about 2 more weeks, I should be at a point where I could start inviting people. And then really at that point, we're gonna hit the ground running, y'all. Okay, you're looking on you contact me. Okay, cool. Great, great, great. You know what? We have the donuts. I totally forgot about them donuts. Thank you so much, friend. Appreciate you all being in here. Let me know if you have questions. Um, if you Thank you so much for the donuts, friend. We got a few more donuts to send to get this flash go. We'll get the flash go if we can get but for a business account as well. Um, let's go, let's go. I haven't seen anything about a business account. I don't know if it matters. I don't know if it matters. I don't know. I'll ask that question obviously, but I don't think it matters. I think you can with a business account. That's not so. From what I've seen so far, that's not that has not been named anywhere in terms of making a distinction between personal versus business accounts. I have not seen that. Yeah, that would be awesome. Yeah, I have not, and now granted, obviously, I have not read through everything, but I haven't seen it so far. And you would think that would be maybe something that was mentioned early on, up front, but I have not seen it. So we'll see. How you doing, friend? Amara, thank you so much. I appreciate you coming in. So yeah, so I'll keep you posted. I'll definitely make note of that and just ask that question. But I don't think I've seen anything. And again, I would think they would put that up front to say, okay, this is only for certain types of accounts. But I haven't seen it yet. Hey, how you doing, J Money? Appreciate your friend. So as you guys come in, let me say we do have the flash goal going up for another 5 minutes. We got the flash goal, so if you would like to support, you are welcome to click the donut. The donut is the flash goal that's here for the next 5 minutes, friend. Thank you so much. Appreciate you all. We're almost there. We need one more donut. Okay, one more person. One more person to get donut. Thank you, Lynn, for the daily heartbeat too. One more donut. Okay, so let me get back to talking. So what? Okay, we talked because Lynn has asked the question about the music. What else did I What else was I supposed to be talking about? Oh, did we hit it? We got it. All right, now. Thank you so much. Appreciate the daily heartbeat. Thank you so much for the donuts. I appreciate you guys. That's what it's all about. We are doing it. And so I'll keep you posted. Like I said, the agency stuff is coming. It's coming. It's coming, y'all. I'm excited. TikTok made you wait, but you know, I'll say this, and this is part of just living and learning too. And things here are not always easy. I'm gonna say that. I'll be the first to attest to that. But it speaks to just staying in it, and again the consistency, just showing up, staying with it, because it's easy. Believe me, it's easy to say, you know what, I'm good. I've done what I'm gonna do. It's time to move on. And I think that's the easy thing to do. But at the same time, there's something to be said about, okay, what type of doors will open up for you if you just continue forward. I know oftentimes our breakthrough is going to happen right when we decide to give up, when times are the toughest, when things feel like they're not going to get better, and we stay in it, and then that breakthrough happens. So that's what I would tell you all. That's what this is all about, just making sure you stay in it to the point where you can see that and realize that breakthrough. And when it comes to doing this live host thing, it really is about how do you create a community that's going to support you. You said absolutely. I love it. Yeah, how do you create a community that is going to support you, but at the same time that you are supporting them? So I was sharing earlier, this work can't be done. Yes, so true. Yeah, absolutely. This work can't be done in isolation. You can't do it by yourself. There's the whole notion that people are self-made millionaires and self-made, individuals, and that's not the case. Nobody's self-made. You are here because somebody else invested in you, because somebody else paved the way for you, because somebody's are supporting you along your journey. And so just recognizing that that's what this is. We give up too soon sometimes. We absolutely do. And so just know that that's what this process has kind of shown me over the last now almost 8 months of doing it. Hey Eugene, how you doing, friend? Almost 8 months of doing it. It's just that, how do you keep showing up consistently? How do you keep showing up supporting other people? How do you acknowledge and appreciate the people who are supporting you as well? Like I told you guys, the whole notion of fans, that's that's probably because of the A-leaguers. That's probably because they're there and people are like, you know what, we got fans. But at the end of the day, no, we got a team. We got a team of people who are supporting and showing up every single day. That's what this is. This is teamwork. Okay. And so just recognizing that it's just not one person. It is because people are truly supporting the room because they believe in the room. They believe in the people who are here. They believe in the people who are up here supporting. They believe in the top viewers. They believe in each other. So that's what it is. I wish I could explain to you how much I needed to hear this today. I always appreciate you. Thank you so much, friend. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I know. If anything, I know it's hard. And that's just that could be TikTok. That could be any of these other platforms, or that could be your everyday life, your job, your family, all the people around. We know that. And sometimes we can't leave them. We gotta stay with the family. So but we stay in it. We stick through it. We are here for each other. Jake Boney, thank you for the subscription. Right? You're like, let me just subscribe to this woman. You recognize when you need a break. That's true. And recognize when you need a break. That is true. That is true. And I will say, I know she talking to me too. Am I talking to you too? Yes. I appreciate that. No, I will say that. Let me say, well, Wendy, you weren't here last week. Okay, so Monday was my birthday. My people who are new to me in the room. Wendy's not new to me, but Wendy, I think Wendy, you on summer break too. Are you taking a break, friend? But no, last week I did my vacation. Well, really, literally the day before my vacation, because my husband, we went on a little 3-day cruise. I couldn't get into my TikTok account on my phone. Now I hadn't panicked because my tablet still had access. So it was literally my phone that was acting up. To this day, I don't know what the deal was. I still don't know. I had to delete the app and add it back. And I literally, after the cruise, went straight to the AT&T store. And that's when the gentleman, he was like, hey, you good with me logging out? And he deleted the app and added it back onto the new phone into my old phone. And so that's how I ended up with the second account with the phone, or the second device. My point of saying that is that I was on a cruise and couldn't get on TikTok, y'all. I couldn't get on TikTok. So the Lord was telling me, or the universe, whoever you want to call it, I think it was the Lord. The Lord was like, girl, you need a break. You need to take a break. You need to take a break, and I'm going to make you take a break. And so whether you like it or not, you going to unplug, okay? Mr. Erling said, I'm not going to stop. I love this night. You were so welcome, friend. Hey, the universe, the Lord, somebody was saying, hey, you're going to sit your little behind down and just rest. So that's what I did. So I'm back at it. But recognizing that you do need to take that respite sometimes and just make sure that you are pouring into yourself too and doing the self-care. That's so important. He told me no social media on our next vacation. Did he? You know what? Here's the deal. And let me say this. And Wendy, I know you obviously, friend. This is a new venture for us. We are doing this, and our families ain't used to this. Our family's like, what? Who is this person? My son. Oh my God, I can't wait to tell my husband this when I get home. When he gets home tonight, my son said, he's about to start kindergarten. I'm driving him to preschool. I kid you not, I'm driving him to his preschool, his daycare this morning. And he said, are you in a live contest? I said, what do you mean by that? Live contest? What is? And it was literally out of the blue. We were like about to turn into the daycare. I was like, what do you mean by live contest? He said, you go live all the time. Are you trying to win a trophy? And I was like, what? I said, what do you mean? I'm trying to win a trophy. And his little mind, he's like, you must be doing this trying to win a trophy or something. What you doing? I said, what you don't want me to do live? He said, well, you I said, what, am I going to spend more time with you? And he was like, yes. I was like, until you get tired of me. And then he was sweet about it. He's like, I can't get tired of you, mommy. I was like, oh, you sweet. That's lovely. But I've been on that rodeo before because his older sister then showed me. She like, look here, mama, I'm enough of you. So, but no, it was sweet. It was sweet. He, in his little mind, I'm trying to win some kind of trophy, y'all. He said, you must be number with those hours. So, yes, exactly. Out of the mouth of babes. Yes, yes. He was like, you must be in this for a contest. There's a trophy out here. Oh, I have to tell my husband that because we sure had that conversation. TikTok made me forget my 60. I'm 61, but my body reminded your body said you got to take a break. Hello, friends. Hello, Trisha. Oh, that's right, baby. He said you must be trying to get a trophy. But no, I'm not. So I said, babe, I said, what? If I wasn't going live, I would just be sitting with you. He's like, yes, yes, you would. And, at the end of the day, like I said, our families are not used to this. Our families are probably like, okay, wait a minute. This is the new you. What is this about? Because obviously, this is not something I tell you guys all the time. Going live in January was not on my bingo card. If I was to say my birthday wish last year this time, what I'd be doing, TikTok was not on the list, y'all. TikTok was nowhere around. Now, TikTok and applying to be an agency and doing all the lives I've done and how many hours I've been poured into here and all this other stuff was nowhere. Nowhere. Nowhere to be discussed. I would have told you, you must be literally delirious because that is not me. Because I was that person who was not a social media poster, hover. I never did the social media thing to any full extent as I've done in the last 9 months, y'all. So just recognizing this is a shift, but it's a shift to get you out of your comfort zone. It's a shift for me to think differently about who I am and what I'm doing. And I've enjoyed every bit of it. Yeah. It's an investment on your time, maybe even your money, depending on how you're doing things. But it is something that I think is a positive investment. So that's the beauty of it. And I have to say, I've been enjoying it. Yeah, because they've had me in my feelings. Yes, yes, yes. It's been interesting. No, TikTok was not on my list. It was not. What made you start? Ooh, Toya, how you doing? Yes, me too. What made me start? You know what? Okay, so what really made me start, so when I started the account that is now my shop account, it used to be my faceless personal account. You said me too. So you, Coach Jesse. It was my faceless, not personal, my faceless account for TikTok. And essentially, I was trying to decide, well, what initially happened was that, somebody was talking about TikTok Shop to me. So that was like the very first thing. Somebody mentioned TikTok Shop, and I was like, interesting. Let me create an account. What is this TikTok Shop account stuff? Is TikTok Shop about? And so I started to look into that, and I was like, okay, this is interesting. So I just started posting faceless pictures from my camera roll and little motivational messages and stuff, and it was helping me. It was also at a time where I shared the story where I had a friend, longtime friend, me and her fell out, and fell out for really a difference in opinion in terms of, how you outgrow somebody, but they had still been in your life for so long. And I realized that my daughter had left for college. This friend was still in my life in a way that was not healthy in terms of how I just wasn't, I wasn't feeling her energy, the way she was doing things and communicating and stuff. And you know how you get on the phone after a while, it's like, why am I still friends with this person? This person is kind of toxic. And so we had kind of one of those conversations. It's like, okay, girl, this is what I think. And she's like, this is what I think. I was like, okay, well, then we don't need to talk no more. And I was like, hey. So because that person had been, you always have that person you can pick up the phone and talk to. Because she had been that for me, too, I was like, you know what? I need something else. And my husband and I, we sat down and talked about it. He was like, okay. I said, I need something else. And he, how you have your spouse. They see it. And he's very diplomatic. He never said a word. He never said a word. But when after this that happened, he was like, "Hey, now I can talk. Now I can tell you what I think." So that's kind of how the conversation happened, and then with the social media, it just became kind of an outlet. And I think it was because TikTok Shop was out there, so I created that account. And then I started finding other things where I started talking about digital marketing, and because my MBA was marketing and human resources, I really was like, okay, I'm interested in this marketing piece. And so how do I create content that way? So it just became kind of this almost this rabbit hole of me just kind of engaging more and more into it. And then I decided that I wanted to be a face forward person. I'll share, let me catch up on some comments. I'll share how that happened because I started going to lives and started hearing people talk about their live experience. Dr. Lisa made me start what I ran across her live. Yes. Child, clean house. Clean house, you got to. You got to clean house sometimes. That is true. I totally understand. Yes, yes. She caught my interest. Thank you so much. Yes, yes. A lot of community here. Okay. Yep. Yep. Okay. Gotcha. My and then so there's probably multiple layers to this in terms of cleaning house. Cleaning house because my job I wasn't satisfied with. Cleaning house because my daughter, I had poured a lot into her transition to college. And so I realized I needed to do something different going into this. That was last year was her sophomore year. I was like, I can't do how I operated her freshman year. It was just too much. Just kind of being a helicopter mom and investing so much into her to get to college and make sure her college was paid for through scholarships and all this other stuff. It just became a lot. And I think at some point I realized I was like, I'm doing all this for other people and I'm not happy with how I'm what's being done for me. Like there's nothing for me out here. And so this became the me. I mean, really, it really did. It became how I can show up in a way that was on my terms and being authentic and doing something that was carved out for me, not for anybody else in my family, just strictly for me. And that's what TikTok, honestly, live hosting has brought me. You said that's where I'm at. Yep. Yep. And he said exhausting. When he said exhausting, are you talking about with the kids and the transition? That college thing is, oh Lord. Ooh, we probably need to do a whole live on that. I was about to say, we'll do a whole panel. Anybody had to deal with their kids in this transition period, we need to do a panel, y'all. I'm just gonna say that out loud. I would not mind leading that panel because it's been a lot. It's been a lot. You said that is me. It's a lot. It is. And you pour so much into them and obviously this is the stage of life I'm in, but you pour a lot into them and you just pray that they're going to be okay. But at the same time, it's a lot. I love that you are showing up for yourself and taking up space like this. Look at you. That's what I'm about to do. Are you? It's a lot. I see you, Wendy. And I think Luna, you the same way. Your kid's about to transition too, isn't it? Your daughter's about to go to college. Yeah, and my daughter's a good girl. She's a good girl. Her freshman year, she had some ups and downs. Overall, she did well, but she had to repeat two courses. I will say that. And I was, how you tell them and you warn them, and again, being a recovering helicopter mom, I'm like, hey, I can't do it for you. You got to listen to me. At some point, you're gonna listen. Telling her about tutoring, telling her about office hours, telling her about all the things, the resources, going to the writing lab and all these other things. She didn't want to do it. Sophomore year, she learned. I said, you had to repeat two classes. Now, hopefully that was a lesson learned where you realize, yeah, you do need tutoring. Yes, you do need to do office hours. Yes, you do need to make sure you're having your papers reviewed and study time and all this other stuff. I said, yeah, especially Miss Science major. So anyway, that y'all can see I'm still in my feelings about it, y'all. I'm still in my feelings. We have to let them fly. I know I'm still in my feelings because I told her. so but with that being said, she learned, and I think part of it was because I stopped calling. She would call me and be like, "Hey, what you doing?" I said, "I'm on live. I'm on live." Oh, you what? So that's how I had to do it, where I had to let her go, let her do her thing. I'm doing my thing. I think that's why I'm into TikTok too. Yes, going to be a freshman. Oh, I need to keep busy. That's it. keep busy, friend. TikTok has been my own, a whole separate therapy for me. It helps you kind of detox from what's happening around you, and you're doing your own thing, and you're able to talk and enjoy community in this way. That's exactly what's happening here. Yeah, so I will say, hold on one sec. They have to find out on their own. They do, and they will find out. Now the problem is, it becomes an expensive mistake. That's the problem, and that's what she heard in my mouth. Like, look here, we repeating two classes, and we essentially saved and got all this scholarship money. Now we got to use the money that was in savings that you were able to get for your school and stuff to cover two classes that you already took. Like, make it make sense. Like, come on now. At some point you gotta say, okay, enough is enough. And yeah. So literally her sophomore year she knocked it out the park. Literally. She did so much. I mean, like, she got her lowest grade was a A minus. I think well, let me take that back. I think it ended up being a B plus on the transcript because she was right on the cusp. That was her lowest grade. Her the fall semester, spring semester, she got all A's. So she really did do her best to show up and take it to the next level, which I do appreciate. So I didn't stress. Girl, I was a straight 4.0 high school grad. My second year at Smiley, it was all hey, let me tell you. Yes, it does. You have two in college now. It's time to reclaim yourself. That's it. That's it. Let me tell you. So here's the thing about it. You guys, I tell the story. I was a student athlete. I was a student athlete that was all A's. Like, literally. All A's. I was all A's from like elementary all the way up until like my graduate studies. Like, the lowest grades that I got maybe was a B. That was it. And so it's funny because they had to pull my transcripts out. My husband and my daughter, it was like, I think they were teasing me. And my husband was like, I want to see your transcript. He was like, Dad, I ain't never seen a transcript like this. Because I was that student. So again, when I tell you guys I'm a recovering helicopter mama. And I was balancing being a student athlete and being a student. And that was just how I was driven to do. My parents had to come down on me hard. Too much partying, but it came out okay. Yes, it did. So she was doing that. You said it shows. Certainly said it shows. That's why you get that from. That's where I get it from. Yeah. So I recognize she ain't. You're not necessarily your parents doctoring your name. So, but you're not your parents necessarily. But if I work in higher ed all my life, and my career was based on it, and I worked with students, I understand academic advice, and I understand the resources. So when I tell you what to do, I'm not telling you because I don't know or it's inexperience. I'm telling you, like, this is what's going to help you. And so I just wish she would have listened sooner. So now she gets it, and now I'm pleased with how she's showing up. So that's good. But I said all that because you said a great teacher now. Thank you so much, friend. I said all that is because that's what drove me here. It really was just making sure that I created space for me, space away from them. Space in so many different ways. A gap, distance. Like, we need distance, friend. I can't do what I think you should be doing, and I'm not doing what I need to be doing for me. So I was like, I'm done. So Toya, you asked a great question. I just unloaded on you. Well, I'm going to say instructor. There you go, friend. Yes. So Patch, how you doing, Patch, with Susan? Thank you so much for being here. You came back. Let me know. I think we were going to come back. What was your question for earlier? You had an earlier question, friend. You were coming back to connect with me, and I said I'll chat. Now I didn't digress. So let me know. Did I You said good. Let me know. Was it somebody else's question? I feel like it was something else I was supposed to be sharing. Let me know if there was another question I was supposed to going down a path for. I appreciate you all being here. I'm gonna keep you guys posted as I learn more. The video I posted was a real video. So the agency stuff is in the works. and we're gonna make it happen. You said you have so many questions. You have so many questions, but you did go live. That's right, you went live, and you were gonna ask about. You asked the question about being able to show a recording as you talking, and you didn't know what else to talk about. So, thanks so much for the takeaways, Doc. I got you guys. I got you. When I talk about going live, here's the thing about it, and again, it's something that you're gonna have to want to do. Somebody asked this yesterday, and I didn't get a chance to like go down that path of do you need an agency? The answer is maybe. It depends on you, I'll say that first and foremost, because from what I'm reading already in the documentation and stuff, it really is based on you and your commitment. And you do not need an agency if you don't plan on being consistent. I think that's where an agency is going to be most beneficial to you as you're growing in your journey of going live and you're talking to your audience and you're showing up, you're building this space and community. That's where an agency is going to be most valuable when it comes to supporting you and giving you proper training and resources, and then also being an advocate for you if something was to go wrong. Now, the agency is supposed to also train you to avoid things going wrong in terms of what are some of the TikTok policies. So that is important. So if people aren't doing that piece of it, then that agency is probably not the best resource either. And so just recognizing that training is needed too. Yes, if they know what the heck they are doing. Oh Lord, I'm clap to that. That came from a different place, by Wellness Woman. That came from somewhere else, friend. I feel you, friend. Hey. Oh gosh, I hear you, friend. We're gonna have to talk offline. I know you're stressed. I tell you guys, that TikTok shop is not for the faint of heart. I'm just saying, girl. That TikTok shop is not for the faint of heart. I will say that. Yes, it is a thing. TT is pushing the people. Always got us hooking. Find your hook, they say. Oh, what J Moni, you talking about your hook for content creation or for lives? Let me know what you're saying. Um, and so you're talking about like the catchy hook, the hook on the screen, the words you're saying. Part of that's for categorization. So categorizing your content. Oh, you said the lives as well. I will say that. I mean, if you are one of the premise about going live, you want to make sure that you understand who your audience is. So if you are going live, you gotta talk to your audience. Those are the people who are gonna stay with you, who are gonna come to your live because they can resonate with your message. Remember when I say know, like, and trust you. So when they talk about hook, it's not necessarily hook. It's about really understanding your brand and it's understanding what your topic is. And then as you understand your topic, yes, you have a hook that speaks to your audience. So for example, my audience here, like my title of my live is like starting your live hosting era. You know, that's kind of what we're talking about here. Like, how do you create this space for yourself? How do you create now? When I said earlier, I did not have it on my bingo card that I was going to go live and be in these TikTok streets and live streaming like this time last year. Like, how do you engage in that process? And it just so happened Miss Toya asked me the question for me to talk about my journey and just making the space for myself. So this is my live hosting era. This is where I'm at. And many of you are in it as well. Now, that's fine for this to be my topic today because there's people in the room who can all resonate and they want to hear this message. If you know your audience though, you might have a message like my message earlier where I was saying, okay, I want you to go live and not have fear. We were talking about fear. And the person in the room, she was like, I've been afraid to go live. So we were talking about, I didn't get as much talking about fear as I did where I was talking about going live for a new person. But you need to know your audience. You need to know their demographic. You need to know their psychographic, what they think, how they feel essentially. And then you also need to know those pain points. Pain points meaning if you understand what are the things that are going to um, engage your audience, motivate them, really understand what are they struggling with, what are they challenged by. Like, how do you do that? And that becomes your hook, technically. Like, when you're talking to them, like, what are you saying that they're going to say, okay, you know what? I like this message. I needed to hear this. Somebody said that earlier, like, I needed this message. Or, I like this person. I know I can trust them. I like their delivery. I like what they're sharing. So, and it doesn't have to be serious. Your topic could very well be, I'll say this. My friend Luna, when you do your topic, Luna, your topic is very much about luxury and deals and finds and these places you're going to find the great deals for luxe products and stuff. And that's not a serious topic. Now, it may be serious if you like luxury items and you want to find it on a budget, but at the same time, it's very much about, okay, I want to sit in her room because her topic is intriguing to me. Her topic, I love what she's talking about. Or I think about Miss Darlene's topic, where her topic is about showing you all the nice places on a budget if you are in the Minneapolis, Minnesota area, and so she's showing you different places, and people are like, "Oh, I love what she's showing me." I sat in on her live when she showed Mall of America. That's on my bucket list, and it still is on my bucket list because what she showed me, I was like, "I need to go to Mall of America," you know, and so just recognizing your audience will sit with you because they love what you're sharing and they love the information you're sharing. And again, you're speaking to them. And so that's going to be most important. Now, so when it comes to a hook, I don't know if it's necessarily a hook as much as just making sure you understand your audience. You said exactly. So I'm sure I have people that come just to watch me work out, not to do it. Exactly. Daddy, that's funny. He's like, they just want to watch me work out. Now, no, I'm gonna say this because your live is pretty good too, friend. Because your live, if I recall correctly, your live is teaching people how to do a lot of exercises when, first of all, maybe they have mobility issues, and so maybe they are sitting in a chair, maybe they are sitting, in a space where maybe it's your living room or your sofa and stuff that you're doing your workouts. So you're teaching them another way to be active, but you might have some limitations. And so, yes, ma'am. So people want to stop and watch. It's like, okay, let me see, let me watch her. Oh, I can do that. Let me sit in my chair and do it too. Do all the things she's doing. That's what it's about. And your community stopping just because it's you and what you're sharing. You said, very good, thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome, friend. You said, I was watching and using your videos yesterday. Really? That's sweet. That's what it's about. So you're gonna build your community. The hook thing, you should come up with titles for your lives. You could use ChatGPT. You should come up with titles for your live and a description. You should promote your lives. You can do a post. You can also do something in your stories, a note to promote your live. Hey, Nettie is great. She is. Yep. So, Nettie, are you still doing YouTube? Are you still posting on YouTube, friend? Because your videos are out there, aren't they? So, and I think you do clips of your videos and your content on your page here. So that's most important. Just making sure that you're doing things that resonate with your audience. Okay. So resonate with your audience is key. Let's say this, friends. I'm gonna talk for maybe another 20 minutes or so. And so let me know who has questions. Patch with Susan, let me know what your questions were, friend. I'm going to add more. I was having trouble with copyrighted music. Oh, gotcha. So what did you end up using? Because you said earlier, didn't you give a resource? Have you tried the Upbeat or Epidemic Sound? Epidemic Sound apparently for YouTube is like really popular. So did you do something for that? Hello, friends coming in. Thank you so much for being here. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if you have any questions. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much for being here too. Oh, Pixabay and Epidemic Sound. Okay. They gave you trouble? Let us know. Is that what you're saying? I saw your comments. I said hello. The Apple Watch spotted. I saw that. Thank you so much, friend. Oh, yes. Uh, you say you're not using them. They are good. Okay, they are good. Okay, so those have helped you. Okay. Yes. So yeah, those are helping you. So that's good to know. I know, like I said, the YouTube, they yes, Michelle Crochet, she's my moderator. She is really big on epidemic sound, so she'll talk about that one being a great resource. Uh, yeah, so my friend on YT wants a little bit more attention. So spread some love in the live stream. So yes, I want some more attention. Let me know if you have questions as well, friend on the YT. So yes, that's what's happening over here. Um, if you have a question, I typically ask questions, but if you don't have a question, I just wait the nod. Thank you so much, friends. Okay, so let me know in here if there's questions too. So we'll um we'll continue to chat. Tell Michelle I said hello. I will. She's not over right now, so she was up in the 10 o'clock hour. She was over here. The 4 o'clock hour, I don't know if she comes. She comes on every now and then, but she's been a little busy with her main job, so she doesn't get a chance to come over all the time. Um, Okay, friends. So let me talk real quick. I'm getting my YT videos back up, so I'll swing through. When okay, awesome. That's your name over there. Okay, Wendy. It's the same name here, isn't it? Is it the same? You got it, friend. It's the same name here, isn't it, Wendy? Appreciate you being over here for the good vibes. Yes. Okay. So YT, let me just talk about that real quick. So since we have a YT person in the room, um, here's I shared this news earlier today. YT, I am looking to add more content. So this is something I would encourage you all to do if you are going to co-stream like I'm doing here and you go live and you're having content for your YouTube channel and stuff. Um, I'm looking to create more shorts and videos out of this. Um, I'm looking to create more shorts and videos out of this. I say this because I think Nika, I think you made the recommendation. Are you still in the room, friend? You are. Okay. I think you made the recommendation to go on the other platform, Fiverr, to get some people. And I'm doing that right now. I'm looking for a virtual assistant to help me. And I will tell you, that is a very convoluted process. Yes, you said awesome. It's interesting. It's not bad. Don't get me wrong, it's not bad. But yeah, you get all types of people. And so I'm looking at someone who can help support the content creation, editing. You said, oh, I'm intrigued. Yes, so I'm trying to find somebody, but I'm trying to find somebody on a budget. And so I think what I'm learning is that there's varying people in terms of their ability, their price, their rates, as well as the services they offer. You said I know a virtual assistant. Okay, message me. I'm intrigued. I want to ask questions, but I want somebody to recognize that first of all, I'm a small creator. I'm a small creator. I'm not a big creator. How you doing, Nerdy? Thank you so much, friend. I'm not a big creator. I mean, essentially, I'm still growing. I'm still trying to do something very unique and different. And obviously, I have the live stream catalog that I've kind of accumulated. And so I want to use it in terms of content too, in terms of short form videos as well as long form, maybe 10, 15-minute videos. So I'm hoping somebody can edit in that way and make them quality content that can be posted. And then, with YouTube, they have the feature where you can make someone, you can give them permission to post for you. You don't give them all your permissions, but you can set up different permissions for people. So I'm looking to do that so they literally do become a virtual assistant. So that's what I want them to do and support, but on a budget, on a very small shoestring budget. So that's what I'm trying to discern who could be the right person for that. You say, yes, I'm interviewing now, but they are all great. You're interviewing a virtual assistant right now? You do. You have to find who is right for you. Yes, yes. And so, yes. I'll send you some information. Okay, thank you. Appreciate you. Yeah, that's what we had. Yeah. So it's interesting, the people who are out there, because they kind of make it hard for you to be like, okay, is this what they really gonna do, or is this how much they're gonna charge? So all the combination of it, it's kind of like, okay, I know what I need, but it's not now. It's a matter of finding the right person. You said I have two more lined up today. Oh, okay. So no, you're really into this, huh? Wendy, you said I'm. So what is your virtual assistant going to be? Content creation too, or just posting? Is that what you mean by you have somebody you're working with? I'm not doing content creation. I just need them because I have the content. The content's here. How you doing, Lulu? Thank you so much, friend. The content's here. Now it's a matter of posting, editing and posting. That's what I need. I need someone who's going to edit and post and just make sure that there is enough content to use, whether it's shorts or I ideally some long form social media, digital marketing, my e-course. Okay, they're creating all of it. Okay, gotcha. That is a way to do it too. That's a way to do it. So yeah, I would see both my friends info. Okay, perfect. Yeah, I think and I'll say this right now, what I am, send me the information. I guess I'm just trying to make sure that I'm managing people's expectations because I think people are obviously, um, this is their business, is their business model, and I don't want to insult anyone, but at the same time, I I don't want to invest the time to do it myself, recognizing that I could do it myself, but I don't want to invest the time to do it. So I just want someone to do it, manage it, take it on, and not, be terribly expensive so that it's not just feasible for me to continue on a long-term basis. So that's kind of where I'm at. I can budget for on a monthly basis, but I want to be able to make it sustainable where they're helping me with this and not just doing it for a small period of time. So that's kind of what I'm looking for. Someone who can do it over time. I think a lot of people try to say, okay, I'm going to do it, and then they want to do it short term. So that's the other thing. Online jobs is a good VA too. Okay. Okay. I'll look into them too. Let me write that down. So, okay. That's what she does. Okay, gotcha. Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much, friends. I appreciate the support. I'll keep you posted as I make a decision. I'm trying to make a decision before the week is out, actually, because I want to be able to kind of move forward on this particular project and moving forward. So I reached out, like I said, Fiverr was good. There was some good contacts in there. I reached out to, there's like three that I'm probably, if I was in a pool of people I can move forward with. So I do have some options. It was just an interesting process, just kind of getting some of those earlier quotes, I guess. I was like, oh, that's what we're doing. Just sent you a message. Okay, thanks, friend. I was like, oh, okay, that's what we're doing. Like, all right, well, no, that's not for me. So yes, she's on Fiverr too. Okay, she's on Fiverr. Okay, that's good. So then, yeah, we can message and I can see a little bit more about the rates and stuff there too. And again, we'll see. We'll see how this goes. As the agency stuff ramps up too, I'm sure I'm probably gonna have to think about additional support and resources there too. So I just want to make sure I'm starting to position myself for a little bit more to take on, because I'm recognizing that there's only so many hours in a day, and so all the things I'm doing, there's only so much time to do it. All right, friends, let me say this. Let me know if there's any final questions. I'm gonna head off early because I have to do some more content creation and I need to I'm gonna do some studying. Let me know if there's any last minute questions, especially my new people come in the room. If you have questions, I know you guys sat with me for a long time. My live hosts in the room, if you don't mind sharing, if you are going live, what time zone, topic you're going live. If you want people to support your live, that would be good. I hit level 27 on your team. Did you really? Nika Grace, you did. You know what? And it highlights that too. we go. You are highlighted, friend. It said, do you want to pin a sticker? I was like, yeah, let me add a sticker. You are welcome. Congratulations. Coach Jesse, you going on tonight? So Monday through Thursday, 5 p.m. Central, and Fridays at 7 p.m. Central for the Turn Up Talk. That is a certified confidence and trauma coach. So Coach Jesse is up tonight. Natty Nat, you are Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern. Seated workouts. I love it, love it, love it. Yes, yes. And 6:30 Eastern, and 5 p.m. Central is 6 o'clock. Okay, so so theoretically, people should be able to pop in on both. That should work. Wildly imperfect. How you doing, friend? Come on in. Thank you so much. I'm going live. Coach Rhonda said I'm going live Sunday through Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern. We are talking about the cost of comfort tonight. Ooh, I love it. I love it. I love it. Yes, friend. Rose, how are you? Thank you for that daily heart me. How's everything going? I gotta get over to my TikTok shop streets. I have not looked at that account today. I need to now I know now I need to make sure I prioritize big time. Hello all, hello friends. Appreciate you all. TikTok heard me say I was about to get off shortly. That's what's happening. Y'all came in. Just Fam had a great live tonight. All kinds of people and some sales. Look at you, friend. All right now, friend. You know what? I need to circle back. Just I'm gonna circle back. That yellow romper or jumper, super cute, super cute. I thought that was super cute. I'm intrigued by it. My thing is, jumpers and rumpers, well, pants. So I like pants. Pants don't like me. Pants just don't like me. Shoes and pants are my biggest issue because I have bigger thighs and the butt's a little bigger too, but they just don't like me. So I'm always like, okay, should I get them? Should I not? What will it look like? And so that's the issue with buying online. I always have to try that on in stores. That's my dilemma. And so that's why I hesitate, because I love the floral pants that you had, as well as that yellow romper. Those two things, I'm like, ooh, that is super cute. But they just don't like me. They don't like me. So you said yes, they do every time. Those are the two things you said it's on sale too. Ooh, it's on sale. I said, is it on sale? Maybe I might try it, y'all. It's on sale. I pick up some sunglasses and they're today super cute. She has some nice stuff right now. I know she said she did the no longer doing the vintage. She has her vintage, her new stuff in there. That's how I am with shirts. Are you really with shirts? Yeah. So that's my dilemma. I'm like, oh, I love the way it looks too, but that's why I hesitate, friend. That it's not you. It is 100% me. It is 100% me, because I have to try stuff on and just see if it's gonna fit, because then I'm like, okay, it was a nice idea, but it did not work on this body. You said just kidding, but you were just kidding. It did not work on this body. This body was like, nope, not for you. Not that it's not you, it's me. It is. It is not her. It is 100% me. I go here and I go in there thinking like, oh, that looks good too. You have 30 days for return. Do I? Well, now you open up another can of worms, because I am not a returner. Okay, so great lives this evening. Thank you so much, Coach Rhonda. That is the problem. That's the other dilemma, because I've missed about 3 different deadlines to return things, and probably in the last month from the Zon, and they got my money. So they just got my money. That's all it is to it. They got my money, because what I should have returned, I am not going to use, and so I'm kind of kicking myself about that. But it is what it is. They did get my money though. So yeah, so that happens to me all the time. Lulu, oh, thank you friend for the subscription. I appreciate you, friend. Lulu, how are you? Let me know if you have any questions. He's like, let me listen to this. This lady is interested. Lulu, I'm about to give you some homework. You about to get homework, friend. I just looked at you. You're a brand new account. We're gonna put some words in that bio. We're gonna get you going, Lulu. Let me know, friend. Hey, Dr. Lisa, I can be your personal. You said you could be my personal assistant. Oh, typo and smaller bottom. What happened now? Wait. Let's back up, Miss Darlene. I missed it. I need a bigger top and a smaller bottom. You said that was a typo, huh? Bigger top and a bigger bottom. Is that what you meant? What you mean? But yeah, so Lulu, here's your homework real quick. You gotta have words in your bio. So let me say this. I believe you are a new TikTok account because you got your 26 followers, but you got a level 2 blue box. So you kind of know what's going on now. You may have gotten that and you're like, I don't know what that number 2 means. I don't know what that blue box means. I'm just been here listening to you. I'm gonna help you. So you just stay with me. Come back. I go live at 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. Eastern every day. So you can come back and learn some more tips and strategies for going live. Just a little. You say just a little. Okay. So no, that's good then. A little is good. I have big girls up too. Up top. Laugh on that one. I was cheering. Yeah. You said stick with Dr. Lisa. Yes, friend. Lulu. Okay, so Lulu, here's what I would tell you, friend. A couple things you want to keep in mind. Your bio. So unless you have a private account, and if you have a private account, I tell people you can be anonymous. You can be confidential. You can be private and still have a public account. You can take your photo away. Your name could be anything. Your username can be whatever you want as well. So just recognizing that you can still hold that, confidentiality, whatever, privacy in a way that people won't know who you are, faceless content, that type of stuff, and have a bio and not have your account private. So that's what I would tell you because it limits your growth. People won't follow you. People can't follow you. So it limits your growth. So assuming that you're not private, assuming that you just haven't stopped to put words in your bio, you want to put words for 2 reasons. One is for TikTok. TikTok needs to know who you are, what you're about. As you produce content, that content is going to go to the people who are searching for that content. That's part of the search engine optimization, so SEO. When they go in the keywords in their search, they'll come across your content because you use keywords, a catchy hook like my friend asked earlier, and different things that are going to be part of your topic, because those words are also in your bio. So you start with your bio so that the page is optimized. Then when you come into a live, that's the second reason, people will click your photo and see what your title is, see what your bio is. And they'll read that and decide if they want to follow you. A lot of times people will follow you just because, you're here in the room, but a lot of times people do scrutinize and they read the bio and decide if they want to follow or not. So just recognizing that that's going to be helpful for you to grow, but also for you to build community. And if you are going to go live or even try to monetize online even, you'll learn that having those words in your bio is going to be critical for your growth. The blue box real quick, if you click your photo where you said a little bit, click your comment where you said just a little. If you click that, click your level 2, it shows you a blue screen is going to pop up. It'll show you how many points you've collected in a live period. And it's going to be a force symbol. It's going to tell you the total amount of points you need to get to level 3. And then underneath that is those experience points. Those experience points essentially are what you're trying to achieve to get to your level 3. It's your difference between what you got and what you need is those experience points. So as you engage in a live, you're leveling up. So you're intentionally trying to grow. And there's multiple ways to grow. Gifting is one of them. Tapping the screen, sharing the live out, commenting is engagement that you're doing. You get points for that. Gifting is the main way you level up with your blue box though. The other thing I will tell you, if you look at the viewers here, people who are sitting up in here are the 1 and 2 people, and then you click the number of people in the room. Those are the people who are currently here engaging. They have points next to their name. Those points are from their engagement in the live. You have 6 points. You're a new person in the room. You've already gotten points from your engagement, whether that was your comments you put in, because you get 3 points for every comment. For every 10 minutes of comments, or you're liking the live. And then if you click that question mark after you click how many people in the room, there's a question mark. It'll tell you, it'll tell you how to get points and become a top viewer. Okay, so that was like a quick Cliff Notes version. How you doing, Bloom? Just explaining the process. Thank you so much. How you doing, friend? Um, but come back. We'll talk more. We'll chat. Thank you. You're welcome. We'll chat some more. I'll talk about some of the other engagement stuff that's in the live that you want to take advantage of. Let me know if there's any other questions. Oh, we had a subwave. Hold on. Okay. Thank you so much. Oh, Sandra. Oh, J Money. That's right. You subscribe too. All right. Thank you so much. I didn't see that at first. Awesome. Okay. I'm about to leave too. I hear my little guy. He just hit the stairs, so I think he's coming up here, y'all. I think he's coming to get me. Just trying to see if I'm about to get my trophy for going live, y'all. He's like, you going for a trophy or something? Well, he's trying to see what's this trophy all about, the competition I'm in. But look here, y'all. Let me let you go. Have a great evening. I appreciate you laughing at me. You're like, what's this trophy? You're trying to get a trophy. So appreciate you. Thank you so much, Bloom. I see you, friend. I will keep you guys posted as I learn more about the whole agency stuff. I'll keep you posted. I so appreciate all the feedback and support. You guys are awesome. Seriously, seriously. Don't let nobody else tell y'all otherwise. We are doing it this year. This is our year. We're reclaiming our purpose, our identity, our community. We're building it. We're doing stuff for us because far too long we've been doing stuff for other folks. Okay, so now we're finally doing stuff for us. We're doing something new. We're doing this whole digital marketing thing. We're doing the live streaming thing. We're growing. We're gonna grow in our communities here and beyond. Okay, so that's what this is all about. Let me know if you have any questions, though. I appreciate all the feedback and thank you, Wendy and Coach Jesse and Nika and anybody else who sent some referrals to me. So I'll take a look at that. Like I said, I'm trying to make some moves really quickly on things so I can free up space and just make things a little bit more optimized in my schedule. All right, friends. I appreciate you all. Take care. Bye bye. Hey, friend. How are you?
Hey, Kathleen, how you doing?
I'm doing good. I have been so crazy busy, but I appreciate you reaching out.
Oh,